We're here in Monte Carlo for the Rendezvous de Septembre. For AMBest TV, I'm Richard Banks. And I'm joined now by Mark Cloutier, Chairman and Chief Executive of Aspen. Mark, good to have you back with us.
Thank you. Pleasure to be with you.
So last year at Monte Carlo, people were talking about it being the most important Monte Carlo rendezvous in history. How's that interpretation played out?
I'm not sure why they would have been declaring it that. The industry has certainly, gone through a number of changes. The market conditions have moved. Perhaps they were referring to the sort of quite dramatic state of the property cat market. But I think this year we're seeing. I'm actually seeing a lot of business as usual this year. So I'm not quite sure where that would have come from. It wasn't our experience.
So business as usual. That's a great position to be in, I guess.
Well, I'm not so sure it is. I'm going to be a little contrarian
No, please
with
do,
you.
of course.
We're facing some really important issues in the sector. We have what I would refer to, people are referring to as coverage gaps. I would refer to them more as capacity gaps. The issue of secondary perils, the severe convective storm, all of the coverage around who's winning and who's losing in that attritional cat zone on the property side. Major concerns about social inflation and where is casualty going, particularly in the United States. So it shouldn't be business as usual. We should be trying a little harder to move beyond our usual conversations around price and who's going to win for the next few years and who's going to lose for the next few years, and when do we switch that around, and be working harder to try to find structural solutions. We have the capacity, the capital, we have a lot of intellect in the sector, and rather than business as usual in the historical sense of our industry, I think we should be applying that intellectual capacity, modeling capability, analytics, to finding new solutions to our customers' needs.
Is the desire in the industry there for that?
I think there is a desire for in the industry there, but I think the industry is also, as with any business, always facing, shareholder and investor pressure for returns. And if we believe we understand how to get to a certain return based on sort of the way we've always done things, it tends to pressure us back towards that. And I think we have to be more inventive and perhaps a bit more brave, and try to do some creative thinking and some product development to try to help find more permanent solutions to some of the challenges we're facing.
So you've talked recently about Aspen being at a different point in its journey. Tell us a little bit about that, what the opportunities that you see in the future are.
Yeah, I mean, when I say it's at a different point in its journey, we were a business that had to go through some transformation in terms of both performance of the business, the culture in the business. We're a very healthy business today. The financial performance is strong. I would like to think that the community that is Aspen is a very healthy community. So we need to now, instead of sort of thinking of ourselves in that period of transition, think of ourselves as an important, very strong, very healthy business, and actually bring our intellect and our capabilities to the table in terms of trying to find and solve for some of these challenges that the industry is facing in new and different ways. So, one of the things I would argue you will see us doing, and we have been doing, is innovation around bringing new capital to solutions, innovation around new products that we're bringing to the market. And so, that's the next stage of Aspen's journey is taking the power of the intellectual capital that we have, and really energizing it into solving for some of the really serious challenges we're facing.
So it's interesting to hear you talk about innovation, because Aspen has been one of the companies at the forefront of talking about using AI in the insurance and reinsurance space. Tell us a bit about your thinking in there.
Sure. AI has a number of applications. I mean, there's the efficiency. I guess, providing additional intelligence. I'll apologize to the underwriting community. I should probably choose my words differently, but empowering the underwriting community. So, what are some of the applications that we're exploring? Data ingestion, submission triage. Using the application to make the underwriting initiative more efficient, and getting the underwriter's time focused on, again, solving for the really important issues, as opposed to making sure that what we have in is accurate and reliable. So, and then taking it one step further in terms of subjects like contract analysis. This year's contract, how does it compare to last year's contract? Rather than having, folks having underwriters or underwriting assistants having to sit there and go through that process, we can put them into more constructive activity and use an AI application to help speed that process along. So there's just a couple of examples of where we're going.
Mark, thank you very much indeed for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks.